Hello, all. My name's Nick the Paladin. Uh, I have made a new video. Some guildmates asked about some of my stats and how I've just gotten so high. I made a new hill build by the end of mod 17, and then I was just waiting for the preview server and just make sure that no changes happened when it became public. So now that I've seen all the stats, I believe that the new gear that's going to be coming out will be even more better for healers, and I'll be going over that near the end. For the very first part of this, I'm mainly going to be talking about the end to game mod 17 build, so we can just let everybody know all the information, and then we'll go into the mod 18. So here we go. One of the biggest attributes that you really need to be working on is your power. Okay, that is what really gets your shield nice and big. The more power you have, the bigger your shield, which there's no cap. You can just keep going on it. The thing that you'll be running into is your power keeps getting higher. Is that you need to have your power to be 80% of your crit strike, so it can give you a 50% chance of a manual crits, which when you have like 180k power, it's really hard to get 225k crit strike. So that's the only thing you'll be kind of running into when you get to that kind of high power. Um, so you need to look forward to that. Two things that are really huge to make your shields just exponential is your outgoing healing, which we can get it to 60% with all the gear and companions, which I'll go over, and then the critical severity. That has no cap. It literally is just at that point, it's just the gear. So that's what my guildmates mainly have been asking, is how I got these stats so high. So I just wanted to show them. So let's go through this. Hopefully, as I was talking, you saw the depiction of how our body actually heals our wounds. So not just learning a game, but my God, you're learning about science. Knowledge is power. Okay. You can pause this and look at my gear and try to see what you need to get. I have a really good base power at 133k with really good crit strike. My outgoing healing is almost maxed. I only need one more thing to make it. And at that point, my critical severity is definitely one of the higher ends for a paladin healer. But what I really want to talk to you about on this screen is the borrowed rings. Um, they're one of the like the third rank of the Tom ring out there. The good thing about them is they cost about like 50k astral diamonds on the auction house. So it gives you about 11k critical strike, while the next one gives you 12k critical strike, and they cost about like 300k on the auction house. So it's just a really good upgrade. If you need some more critical strike, these two rings are just really good to find. So I really want to pass the word out. But I'm really going to talk in the next couple of slides about my critical severity. So we'll be getting into that. Gear wise, to try to get your critical severity up, is do your shield. You can change the modification to 10% crit severity. I run the burnish set. The next, a good way to get your critical severity up is actually do your attributes. The attributes you want to try to change is to dexterity. That controls that section, while outgoing healing is another good one to focus on, and your wisdom is control of that. So try to spend all your points into there when you're on your heal build. Another great thing was during the retelling of Tales of Old. That's why Cranky Kong is here. Um, Pretty much you should be trying to get the Scarf of Embellishment and the waist that goes with the set. You get one to your attributes on the scarf and the belt, and then if you have two, which you'll have, to the set, you can get one to all attributes as well. So you'll get 3 points to Dex and Wisdom. So both of these would just help greatly for your heal build. Just to start off with, when you have all of these three together, because you can stack them when you consume these food, you can have up to 22% increase in crit severity. There is a time limit. I would only use these during like the end dungeons, Tom, and the new dungeon coming in for mod 18. Um, the soup you can get from an event, while there's a weaker version, just duration wise, it does the same stats, called squash soup. You can easily buy that on the auction house. The Wildstorm elixir comes from you praying every day. It's a currency that you get. You can easily buy them from there. It's not that hard for that one. And then the superior flask of potency +1 is through alchemy. Again, you can buy this on the auction house. All in all, this shouldn't really cost you that much if you bought them all on the auction house. Probably about like 60k or so. Companions, the outgoing healing is going to be skyrocketing for you. So in your defensive slots, you're going to have the Polar Bear Cub and the Ion Stone of Radiance. They're going to give you 10% outgoing healing at Legendary, while 10% at Legendary in your offensive slot for the Rebel Mercenary will be giving you more outgoing healing, and then the Quickling and the Utility slot will be giving outgoing healing at Legendary for 10% as well. So one of the most difficult ones that you'll be trying to get is the Quickling, because it's very expensive, and then Splinters in your first defensive slot, because he's either the Halloween event that you'll have to wait for, or you have to buy him at the auction house. So those two are going to be probably the most difficult ones that'll be hard to acquire. And then for your companion enhancement, you want to use Potent Precision, because at that point when you're hitting a creature, you'll get a 5% increase in your crit severity too. So it's pretty nice. Companion wise, you really want to try to get the Polar Bear Cub. He's still definitely the best one to have because he gives you critical strike and power. You want to have your Bonding Runestone to 15. That is still very important. So if you don't have that, I definitely urge you, please try to get that. Companion gear wise, from when you're doing your MEs, there's a chance that you might be getting a high-end companion gear. You really want to get the gold icon of the companion. It's 12k to crit strike. While you can stack these with ease if you got 2 or 3 of them. You can put them in the other slots, which are great. Other good ones are the spine necklace and the spine belt of the companion. They give you 7k crit strike. So I definitely would try to get these pieces because this will help you with most of your dungeons. During Tom, you'll probably switch out one of the spine for another defensive slot that you need. So like your crit avoidance, your deflection, you may have to use this companion slot gear to actually get those up so you can survive, because you'll be with a tank sometimes in Tom on their side and you need to make sure you can take a hit. My abilities have not changed since mod 16. My encounters are still the same. I run Sacred Weapon, Divine Touch, Circle of Divinity. Dailies, I still run the same with Divine Judgment and Shield of Faith. I run Aura of Restoration and Timely Intervention most of the time. Timely Intervention will help with get you healed when you're like 25% up, and instead of giving you a shield, I heal you. I would trade that Timely Intervention for Composure when I do Tom, because I need my stamina up quicker, so I can keep healing, and I am mostly in Tom focusing on the shield. So I really rely on the cleric to do the healing while I'm just trying to shield everybody. So I need not really waste my points from the heal to the shield. So that's why that gets replaced. And then I feel like I'm telling you like a Grand Theft Auto cheat here or something, but the feats are going to be up, up, down, up, up. So Just so if you know that, that's the ones you put in. You can read them. It's just what everybody does use. Boons, levels 1 through 4, you're literally going to be focusing on getting your power and your health maxed on those. And then on level 5, you're going to be putting it into your outgoing healing and your crit severity and maxing there. Since you're really just trying to get those all the way maxed as much as you can. Then on your master boon, you're going to be doing your bless advantage because it gives you power increase, and then it recharges your abilities. So all in all, it's pretty simple. The other boon points that you get, because you'll get more at that point, that's just your choice. Whatever you are needing, I would just put it in there. My mounts are kind of a mix. I have kind of a tank and a heal mount build here since I do both, and I don't really just put too much effort in this one. Um, you definitely want to try to get some abilities that increase your stamina regain. Uh, and I just have some that are just for giving me some. When I do a crit strike, I get a heal, and then just some kind of ones that just heal me. So um, you can definitely focus on other ones. I just think this is a good one just to try to keep yourself alive. But what you're really trying to strive for is when the Hell Pit event keeps coming around, you really want to try to keep doing that the whole time so you can get the legendary insignia that comes from there. I just think it's definitely going to be worth it. Um, they haven't announced when the next one's going to be coming, but hopefully we can all just keep trying to accumulate more insignias this way. Actually, getting into the new mod of Mod 18, this is going to be two new pieces of equipment that you can get that's really going to increase your power. Okay, I really do believe this mod is going to help with about a 20k power increase for most people. So this is going to be really nice. Pretty much these two equipment you can get from fighting random bosses in the mod 18, so I feel like these are going to be a little more easily acquired. um, the fancy duelist mask, uh, at that point it's just kind of like the lost crown. um, if you're fighting with one mob, you get a 5k power increase. I really think this is going to be a good one for Tom since you're just fighting Hallister the whole time. The mighty storm slippers, if your action points is full, so pretty much your daily is activated and you don't use it, you get 5,000 power. um, Most of my dungeons I never use my daily. In Tom, I only really start using it when I have to do it in phase 3, and then um, I do it in maybe just like when someone gets frozen, just to help people. But most of the time, I have my daily up and it's just sitting there. So this is just a good way to get your power up for just 10k alone with the equipment uh, power, and then after that, it's just literally the increase of the new gear with it. So you're getting about a 12k power increase right there. Just like Deku, it seems like we're changing our helmet, our boots, and our arms. Okay, so the helmet and the arms, the Lion Guards restoration set, you get them from the dungeon, the bosses you beat. They'll be dropping a currency for you that you can trade in. The helmet is just a kind of a good helmet to have for like every day you're fighting all like your dungeons and creatures, because it's not like the other one where it's just a one target and you get 5k power. This is just if you have stamina over 75%, you get 5k power. So it's just a good one to run for just every day. Then your Lion Guard's Restoration Arms is, I think, going to be the new one to wear because if you have a tank in the group and you're fighting like Hallister and Tom, you just got to hit them 20 times and you get 5k power. But when they hit you, it's a one of the stacks goes away, but then you can easily get it back. So this will be two easy ways again to get 5k power. So overall with a 3 you'll get 15 just from the equip power, and then since I'm using primal, I'm so far behind on just getting with just the equipment itself increase. I'll be getting about a 25k or 2500 power increase just from going to a newer armor set. Um, but I will be going over in a second why I think the ebonized breastplate and the primal arms are not working together, because I got the numbers on how they're not adding as one. As you can see, the very first one is going to be my base power. And then I added just one piece of gear, and then the very last one's going to be both set of gear. Um, Primal gives you 1% power when you like heal somebody for 15% of their max health. I can stack 5 times, and when I did that with just the arms alone, I shot up for about 11k power, which is really nice. And then I did the opposite. I did the breastplate and not the arms. It can stack 10 times, and it can do, I just got to do 10% of their max health to give them a heal. And I went up about 14k power. So overall, when I put them together, they should be not like they should be different stacks. So I should be having 15 stacks pretty much, and I should be getting about 25k power. Well, that doesn't happen, and I only get 151, so I'm only getting like 17k power and missing about 8k power from it. So with the power equip that I'm getting from the new armor that I'm getting, um, and then just the breastplate alone that I have, I'm only missing 3k power. So with the new arms, that's 5,000 power, and then upgrading it to the new one, I'm missing 2,500 power, just keeping the primal set. So that's about 7,500 power that I'm gaining. So I would be smoking the old number that I have with just having the breastplate, the ebonized breastplate, keeping that, and then actually just using the new hands. So I think overall this is going to be the new way that the primal is finally going to go away. Your main goal is just trying to get through Tom, and you're trying to get the new Lionheart set. It gives you 10% outgoing healing, so that's really good for us healers, and it will give us that 60% outgoing healing once you get the weapon. And it gives you a little bit more weapon damage, which becomes a factor for your heals. So that's overall just a better armor set, a weapon set to have. Um, Pretty much two new artifacts that came out in Mod 17 from Tom is the Hallister's Blast Scepter. Gives you 3k power, a little bit of health, and crit strike. So overall, it's just a really good artifact to have. And then the new artifact that's coming out of Mod 18, it gives you some deflect and 3,000 power. So you can have all of your artifacts give you a 3k power if you have the Trove's ring and this type of flower. So, I mean, your power in this mod really can be just skyrocketing, and I'm really excited for this new mod right here. I know a lot of people are nervous because of the demo set getting nerfed, but I think for the Pally Healer, it's going to be a nice mod for us. Uh, Overall, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please message me. I love discussing any kind of healer build for the Pally, and just always hearing suggestions. Um, I definitely, when Mod 18 comes out, I have been getting requests to do a Justicar build, and I am really excited to do it. I just want to make sure before I make it, I can just test out and Mod 18 and make sure that everything that I have is still relevant, since I mainly do healing, and I was mainly testing the heal build in the preview server. Um, but again, please subscribe and like my video. All right, thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun.